Here, little bit of this is Purge, bringing you guys game 2 of Dare versus Navi, and I'm joined once again by LD. And hopefully the second game is enjoyable as the first. Awesome picks. I mean, everything has been so variety-filled so far. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, the picks, the playstyle, we saw Clockwork, we saw Carry Sven, we saw Wisp Sven working quite well together. And it's always a pleasure to cast Navi games, even if they're a bit one-sided. They just have this way of making them entertaining that a lot of other teams don't. So I am excited for this one. You just don't know. Like, they're definitely experimenting at this point with the new patch. It's a good time to do it. Really, any hero I feel is fair game for them.
Yeah, it really should be. And that's one of the scary things about Navi. They banned Pudge, and they're like, we didn't even know who they're going to pick with a Wisp, and they're like, oh, we'll pick Sven. Sven will be fine. And everybody else is like, Sven? Really? You're going to... I mean, they picked Sven. I remember one other time they picked Sven and Dendi played it, but that was probably like 3 months ago. I think they did a Sven Jakiro game, actually, when Jakiro was unplayed, and Sven as well was a similar situation. I remember casting that game, but... I mean, Sven never played. Pretty much never played right now. Very, very low pick ratio, but Dendi's going to pull a win with him. Partially, of course, because their team played so excellently. I mean, I really do want to look at Puppy and say how great of a job he did shutting down Clockwork. And this is something newer players often have trouble with, is they're like, well, if I force him to get out of EXP range, then I'm going to be level 1 for a while. But then what happens is, all of a sudden, all you have to do is score a kill, and as soon as Clockwork dies the first time, bam, Wisp hits level 2 most likely, and that is going to start his EXP gain, and he can gank other lanes and really help things out. And I dare say Clockwork, put him in a solo mid, maybe he'll work better in something like that rather than a long lane, because he did have trouble last game.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, just the position to lane him top, you can see he really can be shut down in the offlane, and he doesn't have the backup options that other offlane heroes do. You know, a hero like Beastmaster can go stack Ancients, a hero like Bounty Hunter can try and steal some neutral creeps with that invisibility, or even just rotate mid and try and set up a gank. Clockwork, throw the rockets into the other lanes, and I guess if you score kill, you get a little experience that way, but it's certainly unreliable. At Dare, they want the Jakiro for themselves. They first pick it along with the Chaos Knight. Pretty aggressive opening here. And I gotta say, I think it's what you need against Navi, because if they get off to a good start, this is a team that rarely gives up leads. Whereas for Dare, sort of the underdogs in this match, Chaos Knight, Jakiro, they actually have 2 great setup heroes. Normally you'd say Jakiro needs setup, but nowadays he doesn't.
Yeah, he really doesn't. Ice Path is going to hit pretty reliably. Putting him with a Chaos Knight means lots of slow and AoE. Like I said, very similar to what a Crystal Maiden can put up. But Navi with the Leshrac means that we may just see them go into their really patented style that we saw when they first started getting really strong, which was take very, very fast 2 towers, take a tier 1, take a tier 2, use Leshrac, use an Enchantress or a Chen. Those will all work out nicely. I'm curious about your thoughts of Chen, actually, because I've been seeing some interesting skill builds. I saw one team max Test of Faith first, actually, and then leave Holy Persuasion at level 2. Do you think that's the way to go, or do you think the max Holy Persuasion build is still the most powerful?
You know, the issue which Puppy was actually talking about when he's doing his patch analysis, I think it was on Talk Dota, is that it's just everything's so mana intensive. I mean, to send a hero back costs 200 mana, so I feel like you just can't support it. And I guess once you rush Arcane Boots, then maybe you can get everything off. But you're looking at the heal, which, I mean, you're looking at about like 800 mana to use everything in a fight, including the heal, sending someone back, Test of Faith as a nuke, and then Holy Persuasion as well. It's a lot, so I think it depends. Maybe if you have a good start, you can look to, level both of them up. But I think otherwise, just focusing on Holy Persuasion is probably the better way to go. And it's so expensive. The mono, even for an intelligence hero, Chen can't really support all those spells early on.
Yeah, it's really true. I have seen some teams do arcane rushes, which was not very popular recently. Usually we see some mechs sometime, even mech rush before anything else. But I'm going to see a bounty hunter this game from Navi. Long lane bounty hunter is obviously fantastic. One of the best long lanes currently. You just send Invis, it forces them to buy sentries, and once you're level 6, you can actually gank very well, and Navi's not done yet. They're going to pick up a Lifestealer, and I dare say they're having fun tonight, picking some interesting heroes that can have some cool implications. And his buffs, Rage now lasts for 6 seconds. This is 6/10 of a BKB for his skill points. I mean, it is insanely powerful, not to mention the attack speed, so that's up 6 seconds, cooldown for 15. That's amazing. If you get a BKB with this, you could have perma Rage. You could be perma magic immune for like, what is that, like 20 seconds? 22 seconds. That's insane. A magic immune for 22 seconds. Like, ban Naga Siren and then you're good.
If you don't win the fight in 22 seconds, dare I say you have other problems.
Yeah, probably true.
The other thing that should be pointed out, Lifestealer, he does have some weaknesses as a carry. One of them is that he's a melee damage dealer, so he's got to be in close to do damage, but he doesn't have a gap closer, he doesn't have any mobility skills. Well, he has the gap closer and open wounds, but it's not really reliable. An only single target, pretty long cooldown. But with Bounty Hunter on his team, suddenly he's going to get the move speed from Track, and I feel these two have a lot of synergy together. So I like that combo. These heroes not very strong in the laning phase. Bounty Hunter, a decent offlaner, and for being a melee hero, pretty powerful with Janata Harass. But I like this combo. I like the way they picked them together. I think the synergy is going to help mitigate some of the Lifestealer's weaknesses.
That's a really good point. Yeah, Track will help a lot. It's going to make Lifestealer fast. He can even use Infest. He can get Infest easier. He could go inside the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter can initiate, then split out and jump on people for ganks. So there's a lot of little implications they can use with Lifestealer. And not only that, something that is usually completely overlooked for Lifestealer as a hero, when you use open wounds, whoever is attacking the target gets lifesteal, and that's going to count for Bounty Hunter. Imagine that, breaking invis, critting for like 300, bam, you get 100 HP out of that lifesteal just from the first hit. I mean, the two heroes together, they really do have a lot of synergy.
And even the Leshrac, now that you bring it up, all the magical damage he's doing, it does heal you for all damage done, including magical. Yeah, it's the only spell in the game where you can lifesteal through magical abilities. So
I didn't know that. That's
got a
really
lot
cool.
of synergy.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh man, I would love to see open wounds Lena ulti, something like that. Be like, I just need to gain life here 1 second.
It's really amazing cool. It's really hard to get it off, and rarely is it going to be practical because these heroes like Lena and Leshrac are generally pretty squishy, especially as supports. But my God, when it works, it really works.
That's cool. I didn't know that. A very cool tip of the day, guys. Open wounds works for spells. That's really awesome. All right, Invoker drafted for Dare. Invoker, Chaos Knight, Jakiro. Like we said, they have a great dual lane out of Chaos Knight, Jakiro. Invoker, relatively strong solo lane, not as good as he used to be because they did nerf the damage. And surprisingly, seeing a Trio Protector ban out of Dare. Now, in the sense that Navi's been drafting weird heroes, I wouldn't put it past him right now, but I haven't actually seen Trio Protector played in a pro game yet. Have you?
I think I know that GosuLeague was using him before the changes to Tree. I actually don't know how they laned him, but I know they're picking things like a Wisp Tree Juggernaut lineup and using the Juggernaut Wisp combo together. The new Tree, I feel he's really powerful as an offlane hero. I think his one issue is that he farms very slowly, and if you put him in the offlane, he can survive. He's pretty tanky. But just having that I think it's still called Living Armor. Just giving that basically refraction to a hero. Heroes that aren't normally strong in a 1v1 basically can win their lane where they otherwise wouldn't. So I'm a little surprised we haven't seen him picked at all. I think he's maybe not always a top pick, but at least situationally very strong. The other nice thing is his ult has a very low cooldown compared to, say something like Ravage, so you can kind of use that to your advantage and just force more frequent team fights. In the laning phase, he definitely falls off hard though. If you don't have a good start, he's not a big damage dealer. He can't farm that quickly. But I'm a little surprised we haven't seen teams experimenting with him more. He got quite a few buffs in the most recent match.
Most importantly, the base damage was boosted by about 14 or something. So even as a long lane, you're hitting for like 75 at level 1. And how do you outlast hit that? You have to force him out of the lane. That's pretty much the only way. So Dazzle picked out by Navi, a hero that we almost never see played. I don't know how they're going to lane him. I assume it's going to be as a hard support. Leshrac, Dazzle playing the supports, I'm guessing, with a Lifestealer. I guess they're going to dual lane Lifestealer, Leshrac perhaps, and Queen the last pick out of Dare. So Dare's pick's very serious. Navi going forward, Lifestealer as well as Dazzle, two heroes that we almost never see played. So it's going to be fun to see how their lanes work out.
Yeah, this is a very exciting lineup. The Dazzle, it's being played by Dendi, so it looks like a solo mid Dazzle.
Oh yes, I was so hoping it would be a solo mid Dazzle. This is one of my favorite. This is my favorite way to play Dazzle. You get a lot of levels solo mid. You go for a bottle usually to supplement your HP and your mana, and you can get Poison Touch maxed out relatively fast. And if you do it the way that I think is the best is Medallion. Grab a Medallion, it stacks perfectly with the Poison Touch damage over time. It actually makes it a semi-respectable damage nuke, and from there you can gank, and especially now, Poison Touch cooldown buffed to 7 seconds cooldown at level 4. That is insanely low cooldown. It was already good at 9, but now 7 seconds cooldown is just tons of disable in a team fight, and he can really keep heroes out of position for longer.
Oh yeah, I love that, and Medallion also synergizes great with the Bounty Hunter track, which gives you a little bit of minus armor. Lifestealer doing a lot of physical damage in general, and also Dazzle's two nukes, both the Poison Touch and the Shadow Wave, they are both physical, so the minus armor really synergizes well. But even just putting a mid, whatever item you go for, like you're talking about, so level dependent. I don't really like support Dazzle that much. I mean, it can work, but it's pretty situational. I think solo mid is going to be the way to play it.
Yeah, completely agree there. the faster he can get to 14, the better he is. Get his ulti maxed out, Shadow Wave maxed out. Grave really does need levels for the range as well as the cooldown becoming more effective. And like I said, Poison Touch level 4 has insanely low cooldown now, which really encourages people to go from the level 3 to the level 4, which previously was just a very slight damage increase and a very slight cooldown, but now it's significant. So I'm very excited to see how he plays, but goes for a lot of base damage here. Mantle, 3 Ironwood Branches, and a Salve Tango on him, and he's going to be laning against an Invoker, who Invoker right now has, it looks like he's going Exhort, and doesn't have as much base damage as previously. So there's going to be a lot of tricks that Dendi can use to get last hits.
This is a devastating tri-lane for the Dire squad, I gotta say. We haven't really talked about this lane at all, but it's going to be Savadoom on the Twin Head Dragon, Nowhere on the Chaos Knight, and then Grumpy on the Venomancer. 3 of the very strongest laning and hero-killing heroes in the game. But look at this fantastic ward from Navi. Not in the standard lane ward position, which is up basically parallel to the river, or just, you know, if you draw a line from the river, just sort of extend it outward. It's a little bit farther down, so very unlikely to be dewarded, but really gives you fantastic vision. I feel up against such a powerful tri-lane, this is how you survive. For Navi, a Puppy I think is going to be jungling on the Batrider, which is pretty viable, but slow, I gotta say, and he will be squishy. He'll be low on HP in the jungle, but for the moment, just doing some pulling. How do you feel about him if he's just in the lane as his tri-lane support? Do you think this is a good way to play him, or?
Well, sticking up him is very annoying. If people are escaping, they can't turn around very rapidly and escape from the battle, which is where the main issue comes in. If he does pick up level 2 and he stacks jungle camps, his farm actually can be pretty ridiculous. And I remember watching a Dota 1 replay where that was done by Batrider to really insanely farm. So that could be what ends up happening. I don't think I ended up going over Navi's heroes, by the way. We have Pavos playing the Lifestealer, Arzar's playing Leshrac, Puppy's playing the Batrider, as we point out. Dendi was on the Dazzle, and top lane was Light of Heaven on Bounty Hunter, so pretty understandable lanes.
Savadoom was actually able to steal the Centaur there, I believe, with the Ice Path, so the damage coming into play in another way, and that's very important for this lane. He gets about a half level. They're not able to do pulling of their own. In fact, Puppy just harassing. They're going to go in on Grumpy. Are we going to see a first blood? This might be an overextension, or maybe not. Venomancer dropping low. He's got no Gale. He's already used it, and the Chaos Knight, the stun, onto the track. First blood could be the Sunstrike's not going to connect, and now the Lifestealer turns around, chases the other way. Everyone lives. No, the snipe. Oh, the Ice Path. So good.
Oh, Puppy not able to get the kill either, and he's going to die. That's an 0-2 towards Dare. Wow, a little too aggressive from Navi there. Wow, that was crazy. Arzar gets killed. Puppy goes all in and fails it. So Dendi's getting low, taking some damage. 2 levels of Poison Touch, already harassing Invoker very low. And a salve now by Dendi. He's doing a pretty good job against Nose at the moment.
You really need regen when you're up against Dazzle. Like you said, the Poison Touch, it's deceptive how much damage it does. And his auto attack, his base damage, and his int growth, all quite good. And he's got a good animation. So I really think getting a point in Quas is going to be important, but so far 2 points in Exhort is the choice for him. Dendi's going to die for this one. There's the Poison Touch. I think 2 auto attacks and this is a kill. Maybe need 3. That should be it. 3 there you go. Dendi getting a solo kill. And a solo kill is so important when you're up against your like Invoker. And he lives as well. Great little play, and now the bottle. And that's going to fuel the nuke spam.
And it's very unusual for a solo mid hero to be able to kill another at level 3. Very, very uncommon generally, but they knew that it was going to be an Invoker solo mid, and based on their hero picks, they could maybe guess that it was an Exhort, and it's been paying off. Bottle is going to be crowed, or sent back with a regular courier, and that's going to continue him getting last hits in the mid lane. He's only at 9 last hits, actually, only about 5 ahead of the Invoker, but considering that he's gotten the kill already and he's at level 4, this is looking really good for Dazzle.
And just look at the aggression now. Invoker, just really no items to speak of, just the salve at the moment. No boots for him, the bottle getting ferried out top to Hawkeye. I feel the way the game's developing, there's going to be a decent amount of pressure on Hawkeye to make things happen. Arsart already level 3, Lifestealer level 3. The Batrider, I guess the one downside of the sticky napalm when you're up against the tri-lane is if they all get magic wands, you're giving 3 heroes wand charges. Like quite a raid. So, a bit of a downside there. But so far, Navi off a bit of a slow start on the bottom lane, give away 2 kills. But Dendi pulling things back a bit. The one lane we haven't really talked about much is the Bounty Hunter versus the Queen of Pain, and so far, Queen of Pain having a great time, 18-6. I would expect her to win this lane, but this is a dominant display.
Wow, look at her skill build, going max Shadow Strike actually. 3 Shadow Strike against Light of Heaven, and this is why he's sitting permanently in Viz, because he can't actually deal with the damage output. And this is going to make it harder for her to kill him, as he does get low with Scream of Pain kills. But if she can just land the Shadow Strike, huge damage output on there. Savadoom's actually chasing. He looked really fast. He's got boots already picked up on the Jakir, despite the hero being slightly slow here. Puppy's going to continue pulling here. So very, very weird tri-lane by Navi, and they're really far behind considering the fact that they got 2 deaths for that first initial dive.
Right, they're the ones doing the pulling. They're the ones running the defensive tri-lane, and here comes the chase. That could be an Ice Path to set things up on Puppy. Can they get a raid? They are going to catch him out. No, they're not. Jukes away, and the Firefly and now the chase turning around. Life's still going to work, and this is looking great for Navi.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Arzard's going to get caught. He actually picks up a lightning level, 1 level of lightning, 2 levels of stuns, but the slow chase after Grumpy, he's running for his life. Can he make it? The Ice Path's going to buy him a second, but they do put a sticky napalm up on him right before he gets slowed. 4 stacks now, no boots yet. He's got an 8 charge 1, nice stun from Arzard, and that's going to be it for Grumpy. He's going to be able to wand this, but no, he doesn't even bother. He knew he was dead. Going to save the 9 charge there, and Savadoom through the river. So, great kills from Navi.
In Light of Heaven's hitting level 5, you know, the one downside of the Queen of Pain skill build, as she is going back for Scream of Pain now, is that when you're up against a tri-lane of any kind, the enemy team's generally going to be a bit under-leveled, so that means burst damage can easily get you multiple kills, but Arsart, Ice Path to start, Savadoom out of mana, cannot dual breath. Guess he'll back off in the end. But she's not going to be able to do as much in the team fights, this Queen of Pain. At least not for a few extra levels, and up against a hero like Bounty Hunter, up against Navi, having a decent start mid-lane, Dendi, look at the aggression onto Invoker. Such beautiful play from him. How often do we expect to see a Dazzle out-laning? I mean, sure, it's Dendi, but just dominating an Invoker.
Yeah, Invoker did get a solo kill on him previously. I don't know if there was a gank or not, but Dendi did get killed in lane. I didn't catch anything of it, but I don't know. Maybe Dendi was being too aggressive or something, but he does force Invoker out once again. And Invoker has a slight EXP advantage at the moment, as Batrider is going to continue pulling here, get some kills with his Firefly, and goes to check the rune. And it's actually going to be a top rune, so Dendi will be able to bottle that most likely.
Yeah, level 6 for him. He is going for 3 points in Poison Touch. That's where you get your stun on the Poison Touch as well. And he's actually going to go top. Do they have track yet? I believe they should. Light of Heaven's level 6. They may be able to kill this Queen of Pain. Blink is only level 1. You can blink away once, but with a haste or no dazzle and track and just the raw damage from Janata, this looks to be a dead Queen of Pain unless she has amazing spidey senses and runs away right now.
Yeah, I completely agree here. This isn't looking so hot for her. Here comes the initiation in about 2 seconds here as the test or the Poison Touch will start off. Here's the first hit, retrack going on. There's the Poison Touch. He's got 1 blink, and I don't even think he's gonna be able to get the blink off, to be honest. There's the stun finishing, and yeah, Shrek and Toss gets the last hit. Light of Heaven picks it up, and a nice little gank from Dazzle puts him up to 7. TP to the bot lane. Oh, nice stun is gonna get dodged. Or actually, that was a splitter. Missing actually big damage on the lifesteal as he does get picked off. Dendi is showing up already, using the haste rune for 2 ganks now, doing good damage to Savadoom, taking some Poison Touch, and a few more on Grumpy. He's going to eat the Ice Path, though. He's got another Poison Touch, though. He's going to get majorly juked, actually, and Savadoom running into the jungle, and I think is going to end up surviving here, so Dendi not able to make the plays in the bot lane.
That Leshrac is just so damn durable. I mean, look at him. 780 HP, sitting on 3 armor. Crystal Maid at this point probably has 500, and maybe only with an Iron Branch or 2. I mean, really, this hero is not easy to bring down. And you don't want to ignore him either. He does a lot of AoE damage, so I gotta say, this pick worked out a lot better than I think other supports might have. And defensively, between that and the Gale, a very strong lane for Derry. I feel if you had even slightly weaker laning supports, we'd probably see a couple of kills. Puppey, only level 4. For me, this is a bit of a concern. We saw Batrider when he's played. Normally, he's a solo, and he's a very strong one. He needs the levels. He needs the items as well. Not as much in this new patch, but so far, we haven't seen Puppey really do a whole lot. I guess it's okay, though, as the team is handing on pretty decently so far, 4-4, but I'd really like to see him get 6, at least get the boots up, and it looks like they are coming now.
So on the bright side for Dare, compared to the last game, the highest farming hero in the game is actually Queen of Pain. So Queen of Pain doing very nicely. And Savadoom shifting mid to cover him. There's wards purchased. I don't know if that was Dendi buying those or not, but he's going to place some wards down. Just has boots and a bottle at the moment. He does have a level 4 Poison Touch, though. He's going to catch Savadoom with that and guarantee himself the rune pickup, which is exactly what he wanted. He might actually be able to kill Savadoom now. Cooldown in 2 seconds already for the Poison Touch. It's actually going to overlap a little. Eats a Sunstrike and a Cold Snap. Pops his Invis. He wants to get this kill, but Venom support TPing as well, and he knows that Dendi wants it as well. So he's going to have to back off and pop the bottle. There's the Ice Path to start things. Dendi really considering going in. Poison Touch on nose. Here comes the follow-up from the Lifestealer. Open wounds as well. And a couple... Oh, Dendi accidentally TPs himself for a second. Cancels the animation. Uses the heal as well. And not going to be able to kill Nose, actually. So low. He's down to 40 HP. And Dendi now getting galed on. So, slight misplays there by Navi on the mid lane.
They're being so aggressive, but there's no Bounty Hunter. Sunstrike on Dendi is going to hit. Beautiful shot there from Nose. For me, Nose has definitely been the most impressive player on Dare so far over the course of these 2 games. The Storm especially last game, and I think we're seeing him start to hit his stride a bit here. Sure, he had some struggles early against Dendi, but for me, if they're going to be aggressive, get your Bounty Hunter involved. I don't like going for all these kills, going for these chases without having track. I mean, not just the fact that it helps you get the kills, but also when you get them, you want the extra gold and the experience, the changes to bounties. Really, I mean, I feel Bounty Hunter is one of the best heroes in this version because of how much gold and experience you get from hero kill bounties, even with multiple heroes involved in the fight. So now he TP's home. Got the phase boots, got the bottle. I think we're going to see Light of Heaven get a lot more aggressive.
And there may be a gank coming towards the Chaos Knight. Oh, wow, nice dodge or stun dodge from the Lifestealer. Now with that lower movement speed from the projectile, it's very, very easy to dodge it. 2 levels of open wounds, he is doing the right click. Gets a Gale, though, but here comes Arzark, going to be looking for the stun. May activate Edict first. We'll see. There's actually be a Lightning starting things off, but a dual breath from Jakiro and a Wand Press from Arzark. Can he throw the stun? He does not. Puppy wants a kill, and we actually see a Chaos Knight surviving. Suddenly, Frame Break actually pushes him away, and I don't think Puppy's going to be able to snag this one. He's got to run into the trees to juke. Man, Navi just making loss after loss in terms of teamfights. He actually blocks himself into the corner, and Puppy's going to get dropped. And it's an 8-4 advantage for Dare.
Wow. And now finally Light of Heaven shows up. That's a free kill. Grumpy's going to fall, and he may get 2 out of this. Jakiro, normally pretty durable, but in comes the Invoker. Do they have Sentry Wards? I don't think they do. Haystern on Dendi. How far do they dive for this one? I think he's going in. He wants these kills, Kevin. There's nothing to stop him, or is there? Cold Snap under Tower Raid, juking out the Sunstrike, and now maybe they back off. It looks like they will. Oh, Dendi really wanted to dive that, but Dazzle, he's pretty frail, even as a solo hero. Not that many stats items just yet.
And especially his levels. I mean, he does have a kill and a death, or 2 deaths, excuse me, and 1 assist, but he hasn't been able to pick up any core mid-game items. He's really been relying on bottle runes as well as a little bit of poison touch spam. He actually wants to kill Invoker. He's got some minus armor, great cold snap within the tower range. He's going to pop a heal and a little bit of right-clicking. Now here comes another poison touch, and that's actually going to be it for Nose. Totally great pickup there, and most importantly, track gold. Going to Bounty Hunter, didn't even have to participate. That was a track from before. Gets himself an extra 150 from Invoker dying there.
Oh man, and they're not done yet. They want to go nowhere. The Ice Path is going to miss. Are they going to go in, or are they going to run? Puppy runs while Dendi... Puppy stays while Dendi runs, rather, and now they both come back in. Shallow Grave, beautifully timed, waiting until almost the last second. Now the lasso as well onto Nowhere. Nowhere still surviving. Ice Path catching everyone from Na'Vi right before the Jakiro falls, and now Dendi's going to die. Maybe they can get Light of Heaven. No, the track and the Edict damage. It's only level 1 Edict. I believe Sunstrike is going to connect, turns around. Not enough damage. And in fact, Grumpy might drop here. And trading kills like this against Bounty Hunter when there's tracks, it's normally not going to end well for your team. He gets another dominating double kill for him. I'm actually going to look at the gold graph real quickly, and it was a decent lead for Dare, but just jumping right back into Navi's corner despite being behind by a kill. And that is the power of track, especially in this new patch.
And the Radiant team does actually have EXP advantage as well from that, so things were a little slightly in Dare's favor, but picking up some kills there really helped out. And Dendi does pick up a Blades of Attack, so he's going Phase Boots Bottle, pretty typical Dazzle solo mid build for the movement speed as well as extra base damage. But yeah, he just got shut down by those stuns. The Ice Path was first. He was unable to heal Puppy with his last remaining mana, and then he got stunned by the Chaos Knight. Was not able to heal himself to keep himself alive. So Dazzle running into his limitations, which is not having enough HP generally. If you can't survive the stuns to cast your survivable spells afterwards, then it does put you in a really bad spot. So the Dazzle play so far, it's been great play out of Dendi, but he's had some mediocre success with the hero.
Puppy's on the run, the flame trail, just a series of breadcrumbs really, but they kind of hurt, but they really want to dive Puppy. He is going to escape, just wind his way through the tree line. Invoker, meanwhile, was taking some pressure mid. Looks like he was first to Ghost Walk, working towards a 4-step, and actually goes back for point and Wex. I think we're going to see him continue to go with the Quas Exhort. Will he go for the double Forward Spirits? Will he go just for pure Exhort, which a lot of the CIS players seem to like. They like the Yule Scepter, and then just getting a lot of Exhort and a lot of points to Wex, and kind of using the Yules to just insta-kill heroes. Throw them up in the air, drop a Sunstrike, then you drop your Meteor and your Deafening Blast, and just try and burst heroes down quickly. I feel this could be a very powerful build, especially against Dazzle. Maybe just kill him off before he can even use Shallow Grave. But we'll have to see what he wants to do. So far, not really tipping his hand.
Yeah, they're going to trade towers here. Mid tower is taken out by Lifestealer. Queen of Pain gets the last hit. Bottom going for an Orchid on Queen of Pain. Orchid, great item against Dazzle, by the way. Jump into a team fight, silence him for 5 seconds, and then what does he have? He's got right clicks, and that's it. And that's really not going to be enough. He picks up a Gloves of Haste. I mean, that's armlet components, but there's no way he's getting armlet going on. Invoker actually, Light of Heaven picks off a kill mid. Going Bracer, poor man's nice pick up there, fighting in the jungle as well. There's the Rage TP, Mighty survive, he does get out. 2 levels of Rage and it lasts for 4 seconds now. That's insane. I mean, what was the Rage duration at level 4 before? Wasn't it 3.75 or something at max?
Yeah, maybe even a little bit lower than that. I think it maxed out, it capped out at 4.75. Yeah, I don't think he lives there in the old patch, honestly. I think he gets stunned before he escapes. Huge fight gonna break out. Ice Path connecting on one, but Light of Heaven in the back line just having a field day picking off these supports. Haystern spawns. Who's gonna grab it? Split Earth, clean up Queen of Pain, and the Haystern for Light of Heaven. They might chase. They might get a bunch of kills. 3 heroes dead. So much track gold, and they want nowhere. I really don't think they can chase them this far unless Puppy drives them back, but they're chasing Kevin, they want this one. Nowhere still being dove to the base. Nose is here, but not enough. The 3 seconds stun, the cold snap, the sunstrike, and the deafening blast cleans up the kill. Beautiful combination from Nose. Dendi diving the base. Might as well just get to the fountain at this point while you're at it. 15-11 is your score. The buyback from nowhere to try and find a kill. He gets Dendi, but I don't think the buyback alone is worth that single kill. Not a horrible trade-off by any means, but I think perhaps the frustration started to kick in here a bit for Darren.
Wow, really awesome plays out of Navi. They did go a little overly aggressive, but they know it. They just want to dive and have a great time, and that's what Dendi ends up picking up mid. Test of Faith, another kill. I really don't know why he has Gloves of Haste and Blades of Attack, by the way. Blades of Attack says Phase Boots, Gloves of Haste says either Treads. I mean, maybe it's going to be something weird like Maelstrom, I don't even know. But maybe he's going to shift to Treads now because he's not doing as well as he could. He needs more HP. He was originally going to go for Phase, and maybe he said, alright, whatever, Phase isn't going to work anymore. I'm too behind, I got to get Treads. That's my guess, at least.
Yeah, you know, I like you said, it's Dendi messing around a bit and not really the most efficient item build. Hell, for all we know, he's going to get a really late handle Midas. I doubt we'll see it. I don't think he needs it.
It's going to be an armlet. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, the armlet's not too bad on Dazzle, honestly. Just to give you that extra HP to tank up. He's a hero where you just want to be around for your cooldowns to reset, use an extra round of heals, use another poison touch, maybe get 2 shallow graves off in a really long fight, and that can completely turn the fight around.
And most importantly, you can turn Armlet on and grave yourself and be at 1 HP and you'll never die for 5 seconds.
Yeah, then right when it wears off,
totally
just
awesome.
Pop the armlet.
Exactly. It's perfect strat, man. It makes perfect sense. So
it should really be in his core items. I mean, Valve, you guys need to get on that.
yeah, come on. Core item armlet every time. Interesting skill build yet. He actually still doesn't have his ulti. 2 levels of Grave now. I dare say you should pick up his ulti maybe next 2 levels because at this point Grave is a decent enough range. Cooldown is still kind of crappy, but really getting the range up is the most important thing you can do here. But I think for Navi's advantage, they do actually have a lot of farm on Light of Heaven. He's got 415 GPM right now as a long lane solo, which is, you know, not what should always be happening as a bounty hunter, but when Light of Heaven plays support or plays long lane solos, he ends up getting a lot of farm on the heroes. Does a great job usually.
Yeah, and it's especially in this game when you run the offensive tri-lane, you're going to be a bit under-leveled, maybe a bit under-farmed. Hawkeye bottom lane wants Razor, not Razor, excuse me, have boasted he will claim him. The Deafening Blast actually clean up that kill, but meanwhile top, it's Nowhere, who is not where he wants to be. He's going to drop as well. So kills being traded, but again, a track kill with 4 heroes. You just can't get into kill trading wars against a hero like Bounty Hunter. That's why we see a massive gold lead. A decent experience lead as well. But the gold lead for me is the bigger concern. There's your Yule Scepter, so it is sort of this CIS, Eastern European style Invoker. You max out your Exhort, you get the Yule Scepter, and then you use that Yule Scepter to set up your combo. Try and burst heroes down. It can be very potent, but if you don't hit the combo or someone survives, then the fight really turns around the other way.
Yeah, it is a little tough to end up. He is getting an armlet, by the way. He's got the armlet recipe on the courier, so that's what we're seeing. Armlet Dazzle is what we're going to be playing with today. No medallion, no phase boots, straight armlet. So they'll try to defend the top tower. We'll see how this works out. I mean, for all the talk, alright, he is maxing Grave as well. So, you know what, if you're going armlet, I think max Grave is the way to go. So he's going to max that out next. No ulti quite yet. A little bit of track. Might see a Test of Faith on Jakir actually. Going to try to dodge the path, but he's actually going to eat it. Completely surrounded. Pops his Grave really early here, but absolutely needed here. Reality Rift to stun as well. He's going to have a heal before he dies, and that is just about it. He doesn't have much time left, and he does get picked off. Dazzle way too aggressive there. Landed the Test of Faith, but now here comes the Sunstrike combo. This is what we're talking about. Oh, nice blink. Arzon is a blink out of support here. What is happening? 18 minutes. Oh my god. The Flame Break pushes him back, but he eats the dagger. And despite his awesome escape, he is still going to get killed. Great blink dodge. Picks up the Queen of Plane. I think that was a track kill as well. Ice Path once again disabling and a 4-second stun to Light of Heaven, but they are not done yet. There's the Flaming Lasso on Venomancer. There's the crit. More right clicks. Light of Heaven eating the Blast Meteor, and I think he is going to get killed, but what is happening in this game? Navi going full troll mode, man.
I mean, we saw him trying to use that Yule Scepter combo, but, you know, the early Blink Dagger track worked out beautifully there. Savadoom taking a lot of damage, open wounds onto him. Ice Path, Infest to dodge through it, although I don't, actually just to do the damage. No, he just lives! Oh, Puppey. I gotta say, Puppey has had a couple really nice flame breaks driving enemy heroes back towards his team. It is pretty tough to land it properly just because it travels so slowly. But that was one of the other small, I guess you could call it a buff. I mean, at least a change to Batrider, but I feel it just gives you a little more control over how the ability works. And, you know, it's one of those small things in previous patches, even before all the big buffs to Batrider in this one, that can make a difference. But, I mean, really, when Leshrac has a Blink Dagger at this point in the game, you know track is really coming into play. My lord. Yeah,
and for God's sake, he's going Lightning Storm stun, which is something we never see out of Leshrac. Leshrac is literally drafted because of the fact that Edict can take tower so fast. But he just picks up 1 level. It's decent for pushing. It does a quarter of the total damage. And Lightning Storm plus Splitter does actually give him some pretty good nuke damage against a hero like Queen of Pain and Venomancer. This can pay off, but usually what people do is just pick a different hero. So like, well, if I want nuke damage, I won't grab Leshrac, I'll grab somebody else. So, but still fun to see. I do like this build a little bit.
It's Navi, man. They're not going to pick the best hero for the situation. They're going to pick the one they want and then make it work anyway.
Yes.
And that's what we're starting to see here. So the tower gets denied bottom in the end. Not bad. Something going the way of Dare. And, you know, we're not trying to count Dare out with this one. They definitely could still come back. I mean, Navi has a lineup. It's not the best late game lineup. They have some pretty strong physical damage. There's some good single target focus. But they don't have much in the way of team fight. I feel the edge there definitely goes to Dare. And, well, they want to go on Dendi. Ice Path not going to connect. I think the armlet is getting delivered right now. And, well, that resolves his HP issues, assuming he can toggle it at the right moments. And this is Dendi, so I expect he will. This is probably going to be very annoying to deal with.
And when he turns on the arm, let's look at that. 1300 HP, decent damage as well. He's right-clicking Savadoom, doing some nice impact. There's a Meteor on Arzard as well. Definitely Blast and a Cold Snap, and I think he is going to die to that. Bounty Hunter wants to kill on the Invoker. Dendi, meanwhile, is graving himself, TPing home. That is exactly what he's doing. The gold grave TP. Hawkeye uses a dagger as well, and I don't think Puppy is going to get anything out of this. Though we do have Havos doing some right-clicks on the Venomancer. He's going to eat a stun 4-second Reality Rift as well, and none of his allies are around to help. He can armlet toggle to stay alive for a second, but that is just about it for him. So,
Dendi
another
comes
tough
back
fight.
in. I think he TP'd to the tier 2 and was thinking about coming back in. He's already back to the fight, but he's probably going to pay for this one. Armlet toggling beautifully like a boss, but he can't TP away, so it should be a matter of time. Meanwhile, Light of Heaven in the wings, just picking off heroes here and there, finding lots of gold, and in the end, 4 heroes die for Navi. That's the team fight presence of Dare, as well as just the greed of Navi really comes in.
I think that's a good way to describe it. I mean, Dendi, when I saw him walk into the team fight, he was already at 20% HP. He walked in at 20%. And he tried to make something happen, and then he died again. That's definitely the definition of greed there, especially because he didn't have that much follow-up as well, so that was pretty weird.
Can I just say I really want to see Light of Heaven go for a Dagon, especially since it got a lot of buffs, and I feel it's a pretty legit item on Bounty Hunter. But
the burst damage is good. It is much better. What was the buffs to it? I think slight cooldown, mana cost has gone down. Stun actually in Savadoom mid, lightning use as well, and they burst him down. I mean, who needs a Dagon when you have a Blink Dagger Arzard who has Lightning Storm, right?
Oh my goodness! Light of Heaven got the Vlads. You know, just a sort of a stubborn offlane player to the bitter end. I mean, really, he could have gone for something bigger. It's still a decent item to have, especially with Lifestealer, helping him to sustain in these team fights. Speaking of Lifestealer, what is he going for now? Is this a Veil? These are the components of a Veil of Discord, aren't they? I want to say... Oh, no, sorry. No, they're not. Just a Robe of the Magi and a Chainmail. Navi's item builds overall all over the place, but here comes a fight about to break out, I believe. Light of Heaven, 4,400 gold. Just could buy anything, really, at this point, but still not spending it. Sentry Ward is mid, but notice how he's carefully avoiding it. I believe he did spot it going down. Oh, it's a Puppy Bomb. It's a Nyx Bomb coming in. Puppy's got the Blink. Get ready for this one. This could be a real treat. Blink into that Lifestealer ultimate.
Oh god.
Heroes are gonna die.
Dendi calls the leg and charges mid to take some damage from creeps. Still has the armlet, no other boots. He's gonna get stunned. Dual breath as well. Gale, he might just get bursted down. He dies immediately. Leg on Dendi. Calling leg again. Dare takes advantage of this. Pulls off the Dazzle kill. Excuse me. 7 deaths now on Dendi. 7 assists and 3 kills. Dendi says, "No problem, bro."
It was a good. That's psychological tactics there, man. That's part of being a good player. Is, you know, maintain your composure and, you know, here and there trying to throw your opponents off kilter, but definitely backfires. Dare were not fooled by that one. I think they've played against Dendi enough to know that he's usually up to shenanigans. Oh, just want to test something. Blink into the fountain, try to get 5. Here comes the Nyx Bomb, though. I think Light of Heaven BKB. Oh, that disappoints me.
He's got a double damage. He actually does dispel by activating it. Oh, it doesn't matter. Invoker dies immediately, stunned by Savadoom, and is split off by the Chaos Knight. Right clicks on Puppy. He's going to go down pretty fast here, but I think they will be able to at least clean up on the main guy. Another track. Hawkeye goes in. Big ulti picks off Arzard as well. Light of Heaven actually gets killed, surprisingly, by the Chaos Knight, doing some good damage output. And Dendi thinking about turning on his armlet. In a second here, he's taking a lot of damage from nowhere. The right clicks, armlet toggling going on both sides. And the kills happen. 4 deaths from Dare. Bounty Hunter does get picked off, but I'm sure there's some track kills in there. So I'm sure that's going to be a gold advantage going to Navi from that team fight.
Oh man, just such a crazy fight. And
yeah.
I mean, the BKB and Bounty Hunter, just it allows them to be that frontline initiator. And they have a couple of heroes that you just really can't kill. Lifestealer with the 6-second magic immunity, and the lifesteal Dendi with the armlet, with Shallow Grave, with the heals as well. And now Bounty Hunter with the BKB. Navi can afford to be very aggressive. And normally it'd be suicidal, but with this lineup, they just they live life on the edge, and here and there, they're mostly making it work. And God, 26-24, and it's still just a disgusting lead for Navi gold-wise. Experience lead not nearly as significant, but still decent. And that, again, that's all about the power of track.
Yeah, it's a perfect reflection of that. Usually EXP and gold stays pretty similar. Dendi actually does get spotted. They have a Essential Ward down. His Invis is not going to allow them to initiate. He finishes treads at least, so his base HP is increased by about 100 there. With Armlet on top of that, he's actually sitting on pretty decent HP. He lags all the time. That's apparently what's happening. Pause. FU. Wow, what a jerk.
Oh, he's trying to say if you want.
Yeah, I know, but it's a hilarious slip.
Oh, BM.
Oh, that's pretty good. Is that a smiley face? I can't even tell. Gank going on top lane, actually. It's going to be Test of Fate. He uses Poison Touch first, actually, starting off on nowhere. Puts the ulti down. Flame Break pushes him back. Stun's actually going to miss as a result, but even still, Armlet toggle. He gets low. He's going to survive. Nice defense by Savadoom, but Savadoom may end up trading for it. Blink in. He grabs him. Chaos Knight pulled back down. It's going to be a double kill on top of the Dire team. Great initiation from Navi, and a Blade Mail surprisingly picked up by Lifestealer to try to reflect some of that burn damage from Nose. Another Flame Break. Dendi's going to pop Grave on himself. Test of Faith. Queen of Pain blinks out. And a buyback apparently from Chaos Knight because he's back in the fight. Wants to take out Light of Heaven. May need a BKB. He turns it on, turns and right-clicks, but the damage output's still really serious. Goes invisible again. Great stun from Arzart. And Nowhere is going to drop in result of Lifestealer right-clicking. So Dendi cycloned as well, and they win the team fight pretty single-handedly, killing Chaos Knight twice there, including a buyback. And there's the Infest coming out. Grumpy is gone. Man, Navi, this is really what they were intending to do the whole time. Sunstrike. Oh, grabs. Oh, he turned off his armlet there. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh my God. They've been fighting on this tier 3 for probably 45 seconds, and they've only lost one here, and even then it was just Sunstrike. But now the fight is going to turn around big time. Hawkeye with the immediate double. More could fall. Light of Heaven trying to run away. Puppey TP's out. Blink in and blindly scream. I beg of you. Oh, he just misses Light of Heaven. Oh, Hawkeye. Just a little bit unfortunate there, but I love the sort of, take a shot. Maybe even win it again. Thinking that Bounty Hunter might have
They wanted that kill so bad. Like, alright, let's try one more time. We know he's low. Come on. In case we didn't get him the first time. He might be staying here with 1 HP, right? Come on. No, he was way gone. Went and hid, and now he's going to heal up in the jungle. So 1,600 gold for Manta soon. And still went okay for Navi. I mean, that was big cleanup by Queen of Pain, though, honestly. When she came back in, after they had won that dive team fight, Queen of Pain got a ton of golden experience from picking up those kills, swinging back in. And she does have a gem actually picked up, frustrated that they didn't kill the Bounty Hunter, because that was a guaranteed kill, honestly, if they did have detection. So BKB will be next from Queen of Pain, and either way, things are starting to turn slightly okay for Dare. They did lose the first team fight, and buyback from Chaos Knight's going to put them behind a lot, so it may still be tough, but they're doing okay.
My big concern right now is they don't have much of a way to deal with the magic community. Aside from just Chaos Knight's auto attacks, the BKB on the Bounty Hunter, the Rage on the Lifestealer, I just don't know how you bring these heroes down anyway. You have the Orchid on Queen of Pain, but BKB will get you out of that. I suppose maybe on the Lifestealer, if you cast it at the right time, could help you to pick him off, but he's just so tanky with Dazzle on his squad. I feel it's going to be hard to find kills quickly on these damage dealers, and if you're not killing them fast, they're probably going to hurt you, but you're right, Dare is not out of it. They haven't lost Rex. They're just in a they're on the back foot, but they could turn this one around. Just gotta, punish Navi's aggression. Maybe smoke up a couple heroes up behind one of your farmers. A 5-man smoke, this could work too, but Navi should have an idea that something's up as everyone is off the map right now.
Yeah, the secret plan going on is amazing. Put the over-aggressive Dendi, the lagging Dendi. Oh, whose Lifestealer's going to be inside, but does he want to come out yet? He's going to have to. There he pops out and jumps out and fights times. Chaos Knight's going to split off. Puppey's going to snag on Hawkeye. He will be able to blink. Huge damage output. They actually kill him immediately. Gem is on the ground, but I think somebody picked it up. Was it Havost? I don't even know where it's at, but here's another stun. Wow, they're cleaning up. Dare's actually winning this. Everybody's low, though. Can Light of Heaven clean up on everybody? Nose is going to be first. Starts off on him. Nowhere also very low on HP. Flame Break does some nice damage output. Nowhere. Armlet toggles. Another Reality Rift down to 130. I hear Sunstrike as well. Sunstrike grabs him, actually, in the jungle. And Puppey puts Savadoom very low. Might be able to finish this off. We'll see. Everybody's so low, though. Puppey grabs 1 kill. Grumpy as well. Maybe, yes, grabs the kill. And the gem on the ground. He's going to leave it, though, I think. Gem of True Sight being pinged. Come on, Puppey.
Oh, man. That Sunstrike snipe was exceptional. He's going to kill the gem in the end. But, Puppey is just sort of waiting. It just feels like every fight there's one last hero Navi that just cleans everything up. And, I mean, if they didn't have the level of items that they do, you know, these fights would be going much better for Dare. It's unfortunate they're fighting from a deficit because I feel otherwise they're playing the fights quite well. But Na'Vi just, you know, even when things look bad, they're still getting decent trades. And with Track, that's going to work in their favor.
And even there with Dendi actually dying before anything happened, they're doing it again. They're putting Hvost on the Dazzle again. The ultimate bait, 1300 HP Dazzle with an armlet. He didn't even get Grave off. He got stunned so quickly there. And there's the drum actually being used. They're trying to catch up to Nose. He does not have a Force Staff, but he's quite fast with the Yules. He's going to get a little blocked by creeps. Coming close. There's the blink forward. Can he land the stun? And they're going to fight. Here it is. Slow. There's the weave as well, giving some armor to Arzar. He's going to still get cleaved so fast in the silence. They comes out, takes the burst damage though. Lifestealer with the BKBs trying to reflect, but this is 1v5, and I don't think Abos is going to win this one. He gets so close. He gets the kill. I can't believe it.
I just clicked on Lifestealer, and I see a headdress, I see a buckler. We're seeing a 30-minute mechanism Lifestealer. And a Veil of Discord on Puppy. It's actually a decent item with the magical damage they have across the team, but not something you normally see being picked up on Bat Riding. If anything could be called, you know, borderline throwing a game, I mean, some of these wacky item picks might be, but, especially well as aggressive play, but they're going to get Twin-Headed Dragon mid, and Dare wants to go Roche, but they don't have much physical damage. I mean, Na'Vi, in spite of being really aggressive, still not giving away too much.
Yeah, he did a nice job buying his headdress before he died, so that actually completes the mech for Jakiro. Though he does give a lot of gold to Na'Vi as a result for the kill. That's 250 gold for Bounty Hunter and an extra 150 for the Bat Rider, just for that one pickup there. So they are going to scare them back as they try to maybe take Roshan. Grumpy's going to keep vision of this with the Plague Ward, so at least they know what's going to happen. Puppy tries to snag him, not able to grab with the lasso. Firefly actually runs out. This is really bad for Puppy. He's really trapped in. Can he move at all? Oh my god, the vision. He's in trouble. He won't be able to blink now because he's taking player damage and a couple right clicks from Grumpy. He's going to reflect. He actually goes aggressive now, puts the flame break down, nails on Nose, and he's going to pull him into the fight. Light of Heaven starts things off, going on the Invoker. Great Yules being used by him, and now changing targets. We see a great stone from Arzart. One Silence starting things off. Queen of Pain wants to get Arzard. He's running away as fast as possible. Phase boots with the drum. And he's not going to be able to blink, so I think he's going to go down. Light of Heaven actually being jumped on. Great stuns on him. Grave is used. Dazzle's absolutely finally able to do stuff. Armlet's on. Here comes the Life Stealers. Are put on the Blade Mail as well, but I don't think it's enough. Right click on a Hawkeye. The right click comes. The heals, and they grab him. Queen of Pain down. And Dazzle wants a kill, but not going to make it. Nose ends up surviving. And then once again, another great Ice Path, but some Lifesteal now from Lifestealer. Not enough. Gets killed.
This is looking like a team wipe, but it looks. Oh, there's the Sunstrike again, perfectly placed. I gotta say, sensational Sunstrikes from Nose and some decent setup on this team. But usually when he's hitting them, it's not with the setup being there. It's just perfectly anticipating everything. The mechanism Lifestealer. Oh my god! Between that open wounds and just the Lifesteal coming out from his passive from the feast, he was back to full almost instantly. Man moded on Queen of Pain, but Sava Doom, Puppy wants to man mode on him as well. The Veil of Discord being used. Look how fast he drops. Wow. He just melts. This is going to pop the mech. Not going to be enough. Puppy maybe in some trouble, but I don't think Grumpy is the damage. With the Sunstrike, he just might, though. Puppy drops low. Puppy wants to live. He can't blink, but he pushes him away. And he's going to be able to blink in a sec. Oh, I think he's going to get it away.
Wow, very close.
That's crazy. That
regen, big time paid off. I mean, Veil is great. 6 HP regen on the item, armor and int. That's extra damage for Bat Rider. It actually does stack very well with the hero, and the bonus damage was seen there. I mean, even though he had 1 stack in Firefly, was still doing 100 damage per second just with Firefly, plus Veil on top of that. So it really worked out nice, and not to mention Flame Break on top of that. What is Dendi talking about?
I don't know, but just look at the mini-map right now. Just look at all the wards that have been placed by Dare. Just trying to keep some semblance of control over their base. They are terrified of these Nyx bombs, or the Lifestealer bombs. They're terrified of this Bounty Hunter. And that's why we see the support so damn poor. I mean, Venomancer, Twin-Headed Dragon, you have a mech and an urn on the Twin-Headed Dragon, and the Venomancer's power treads, that's pretty much it. Oh, they're just so behind. You compare that to the supports of Na'Vi. Bat Rider's filth. And he's a support this game. He's played as a tri-lane support. Filthy rich. Arsart with the Blink Dagger, the drums. Oh, Na'Vi, you may be trolling, but it seems like they can afford to for the moment.
Yeah. There's going to be a smoke, actually. I wonder how Light of Heaven feels. The only person on this team with a completely legitimate skill build. An item build as well. Completely. Rush. Dendi. Oh my god.
This guy's BM. I think he should be banned from GosuLeague.
Totally. Oh my god, Invoker just got destroyed there. Test of Faith being used, and then the escape as well. They were able to disable. Can they get the open wounds? Even if he takes damage, he's got mech. No problem for Lifestealer. He gets silenced as well. Mech is popped. Big armor boost, and Dual Breath is going to miss. They want to engage Flame Break. Oh, it's going to catch Jakiro in the Test of Faith. I'm sorry, the Poison Touch, excuse me. Going in on Sava Doom. Sava Doom dropped. And they're going to be able to take the tier 2 now. So Smoke finally paying off here.
And out comes the alt chat from Nose. K, he says, Puppy's got the blink. He doesn't have the lasso, but you could try and set this one up, maybe with the Flame Break, or just waddle your way in. We'll have to see how they want to play it. Oh my god. I have no idea what Operation Sweet Honey is, but it sounds like something Dare probably don't want to experience, so they're going to retreat back to the tier 4s.
Oh, we actually have an Infest on Puppy. He's going to be able to blink in. He's got a lasso. Are they going to go on Queen of Pain? They will. Looking for the lasso. Blink out, though. Not close enough. Luckily, Havos waited. Very patient on the Infest key. Did not hop on out until the lasso started. If he would have removed himself, it would have been a complete waste to Infest. And they're just going to take the mid-racks. 2 dead heroes still, Invoker, as well as Jakiro. At level 18 Invoker, so it actually kind of pays off. They've been losing teamfights some ways. He comes out, goes on Hawkeye, the right clicks. Isn't enough. It will be a kill. Light of Heaven maybe getting track off, not quite sure. Big Venom ulti on 4 heroes actually, and they are diving really hard on this one. Dazzle actually going on Venomancer as the rest of the heroes are fighting. Puppy taking some right click, but this Chaos Knight has so much HP, now taking big hits, and Light of Heaven changing targets and getting a crit for the kill. Dendi trying to stay alive. Wand press for him. Can he stay alive? He turns on the armlet again. Will get a heal off possibly. Oh my god, he's armlet toggling like crazy. I'm really worried for him right now. Armlet is on. Can he heal? Sunstrike, Dendi, no!
Say what you will about Dare, but Nose has really impressed me today with his Sunstrikes, I gotta say.
He really has done a great job. Even as Storm Spirit, he was, despite getting shut down mid in the last game, he's done a great job. And it's a Void Stone on Lifestealer, because he needs mana to support the mech, of course.
Yep, casual, blink in, and now they want to go Nose. Nose throws himself up in the air, is going to purge off the track with that, but not enough. He will fall down. And I think Na'Vi, somehow they're all back to full health. The mass armlets, just the Veil of Discord, the mech on the Lifestealer, the Lifesteal, the Vlads. I mean, so many ways to sustain and survive, plus the Dazzle as well. And they're all at full HP. Time to claim that second lane of Rags.
And this job placing the Plague Ward down to stop the blink from Batrider. Top Rex will be right-clicked. Venomancer doing his best to slow it. It's a smoke. They're not done yet. There's the Ghost Scepter used by Savadoom. Buys him sometime. Great Flame Break. Pushes Veno out, and Savadoom's gone. Queen of Pain's going to ulti on 4, actually. Dendi in trouble. Gets 4 seconds stun, and nobody to grave him. He gets picked off once again. Chaos Knight's such a good hero against Dazzle. Pushes Hawkeye out. Good Cyclone as well. Blinks forward. Wants to get a kill on Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven critting through, though. And Hawkeye not able to score the kill on Light of Heaven. Great plays from Na'Vi.
Just outrageous.
Yeah.
5 heroes die of the fountain for a long period of time, and only one dies, and barely at that. That's Dendi, who's now going for that so important Sanjin Yasha. Clearly the best way to complete his top tier Dazzle build, and it's working out absolutely fantastically. Now they're going to claim the second lane of Rex. I love the fact that Na'Vi is experimenting, you know? They went for the tri-lane Batrider, they went for the solo mid Dazzle, they did a couple of things that we've seen before. Sunstrike is not going to hit on our start. A rare miss from Nose this game. You know, and it's sure the item selections were silly, but I feel some of there are seeds of some legitimate things you can do here. You know, especially the Batrider in the jungle, I think he's, especially in this new patch, you know, this is a very dead Lifestealer, no?
No, dude, he's got a Yule Scepter. Look how fast he is. He's so fast. He's going to pop his mech. Oh, it actually caught him through Rage. Rage running out just in time. Blade Mail's on at least. But I think this Chaos Knight has more HP than Lifestealer, so the damage reflection not going to do a whole lot there. And that's going to be a kill. Yule Scepter, man.
But they have to work for it.
Yeah, they did. They did. Oh, Divine Rapier on Bounty Hunter in case the screw out. Light of Heaven's like, alright guys, it's time for me to have fun. And this is how he's going to do it, critting for 1200 damage. Shiva's Guard on Batrider. Great choice, actually. Lots of armor and attack speed reduction for the enemy team.
This is no bueno for me, though, man. He waits until 38 minutes until 2 lanes of Rax are down. You know, where's your armlet, Light of Heaven? This I ask you, sir.
Yeah. Dendi going Sanjin Yasha, by the way. Totally buffed and good. Going on Sava. Doom pops the ulti on 4. Actually, he gets Yules, but this is good for him. Counter initiation. Slight slow and stun on him as well. Going on Sava. Grumpy's very, very low. Couple right clicks. Dendi's going to grave himself. Buys him time. Wow, Queen of Pain killed through BKB here. And Dendi needs to stay alive. He's going to turn the heal and the armlet back on. He's still alive for a couple seconds here, but is it going to be enough? The damage over time gets the kill. Damage over time very, very good against Dazzle, as you guys can see. So Jakiro really working out nice. And good game is called from there. I think they finally had it. 3 dead. And this is going to allow them to take possibly the last towers. So time to GG. They killed Dendi. They're happy.
95 kills in 30 minutes. I think having Bounty Hunter is probably the key to this game. Dear God. That is a lot of
Dire's
Draco.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job. 21 kills on Bounty Hunter. That's 700 EXP per minute. If we look at the last hits, last hits are tiny. 134 is the highest in the game. Puppy getting slowed actually nowhere. Man, the damage over time now from Light of Heaven is sick. He really needs to get this crit off, and there it is. Oh, God.
Oh my goodness. Well, Navi, looking pretty strong after this game, and for Dare, I feel, really the struggles continue, but I'm much more impressed by their play today than I was when they played up against Mouse Sports, which was really Bambo versus 4.
Yeah.
Navi, to me, they really played well today. Some troll items, but just the team coordination. A lot of the decision-making before the game was over was quite solid, and look at this combo. Infest in, Blink on forward. They want the Venomancer. They're going to get him, Invoker drops the Meteor, but nobody really cares because Lifestealer is Magic Mew basically for the entire game. Now goes Invis, but it doesn't matter. But the throne dies, saving him from that last final hero kill. Just preserving that gold grab as much as possible. So Navi, looking good, taking the series 2-0.
Yeah, huge kills, deaths, and assists on the board. I mean, pretty much everybody is at double digits for deaths and assists in this game, except for maybe Lifestealer here. But awesome fun from Navi. A very entertaining game. Thanks everybody for watching. My name's Purge. I'm a GosuGamers caster, and I've been joined by LD. LD, shoutouts for you. Go for it.
Yeah, guys, thanks all very much for tuning in. If you enjoy my casting, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/LDDota, and then the same for Facebook and Twitter as well, facebook.com/LDDota, twitter.com/LDDota, and of course, you should all follow Purge. Check out the Ghost, and I believe for him it's /GGNetPurge.
That's my Twitch, actually, but all of my social media is Purge Gamers.
Okay, so yeah, be sure to check them out, youtube.com/PurgeGamers, facebook.com/PurgeGamers, and twitter.com/PurgeGamers. And most importantly, show these teams some love. I think you can still buy the pennants for the teams, so that's a way to support.
Yeah, I see them up there. I saw them for Mouse as well.
So yeah, show them some love. And if you want to know more about the GosuLeague, the format, the standings, GosuGamers.net is your one-stop shop for all that information. Group standings are available there as well. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. Hell of a game, I gotta say.
No kidding. Really fun to cast. Thanks for joining me once again. And by the way, you guys can buy in-game tickets for the GosuLeague if you guys ever want to watch the Division 1 matches live through the client, like the 297 pennant supporters for Navi. It's only $1. It's the cheapest one on the market. There's plenty of games going on. I assume that's going to carry over. I don't know if it's going to be a seasonal pass, but very, very cheap ticket if you guys are looking for some awesome games to watch. So I think that's about it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I think we're done for matches, right? That is all we have for today. And we'll be back tomorrow with more matches. We have KP versus Next KZ at 19 and MYM versus Shakira at 21 CET. Not to mention Division 2 matches as well. So make sure you guys come back tomorrow for some more awesome games. And thanks again for tuning in.
Well, Navi always makes them fun. Oh my.